Right, we're going, I think we're live, Frey. We've got Frey singing in the background. Good evening. Good afternoon. I don't even know what time of day it is. I know that we're 2 minutes late going live, so I do apologise.
Sorry.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Sorry, you have got Frey behind.
Okay.
But Frey's going to come in and join us in here. The star of the show has now gone out of camera.
Hello.
Dow, darling, you have to come over and talk to everybody with very, I think she'll come over. Dow, are you going to come over, sweetheart? She's got a very, very grubby nose. Okay. So, we usually bring these to you from the Friendship Barn. But Dow, who's here with her very grubby nose, because sorry, we haven't even had time to give her a clean and tidy up today. So yeah, you're gonna have to bear with us both because there's a lot going on here at the moment. So we're not massively prepared, but we have been live streaming most of the day, haven't we, Dow? Yes. Yes. So Doutzen, it's your birthday on Saturday.
Saturday.
See, I've got the date right. It's your birthday on Saturday and you turn sweet 16.
Ah.
Dow is known as our giraffe because she has this very long, very elegant neck and she loves to put her head right up in the air, as she's doing there. But I don't know whether you can see it well enough. There we go, let's just move the camera back. Anyway, let's see who's joining us. Good evening, Maria, Monique, Nancy, Inika, Kim and Kit. Thank you very much for joining us. So Doutzen is in here in the turnout, as she has been most of the day. She's been in here with Hoytzy. Look at your dirty nose. And Doutzen's not a fan of being on her own. Which is why she's not really the ideal companion for anybody in the Friendship Barn. Dow, we're talking about you, you need to come over here. So that's why we're doing the live from this turnout. And she's got what we call her wifey, Annie, over here, who absolutely adores her. They've always had a wonderful relationship, these two. You're going to absolutely cover me in linseed now. But Doutzen was born, right, the idea is that I'm telling you a bit more about her history. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about her history, and once I've done that, then we're going to move on to the raffle. That, thank you to everybody who's entered the raffle for that very, very beautiful knitted hat that Nancy made in Doutzen's Dijon colours. So Doutzen wears yellow and it suits her beautifully. Dow, darling, are you going to come back over? Because otherwise Annie's going to steal your live. So Annie is going to photobomb now and steal all the attention. Frey, am I going to put are you going to do camera duty and move the camera around? Oh, Annie's just spotted there's food. Right, okay, let's move over here. Let's move over here. Let's do some treats over there. Right, I'm just going to pop that down there. And now I'll talk. I knew this wasn't going to go well this evening. It's fine. You can't see her, but I can tell you about her. So she was born over in Friesland in 2009. And she came over to England when she was just 2 years old. Evening Lindsay, evening Bessie, hi Donna, hi Sally. So Sally, you have been one of Doutzen's longest term supporters for many, many years. I think we're going to move the camera around so that you can see Dow, because it's not all about Annie. Let's move you around. Let's go over here. We've even got Hidda joining. Can you tell that we weren't very organised for tonight's live? Hello, Hidda. Hidda's right behind the camera. So this is Doutson's bottom.
Really sweet that.
Now, one of the really interesting things about Doutzen is that she's from, she's by a stallion, Arian, who was a fabulous dressage stallion, and her mother's father was a stallion called Brandus, also known for throwing incredibly good sporting offspring. She's from what's called Stam 1. We've now got Hidda photobombing.
Well, everyone like to beg to differ. It's not all about them. You.
There we go, Hidda. There we go. Do you want to come in and party as well? So she's from Stam 1, which you can date back. So stam lines are the mother lines for the Frisians. And when the stud book was set up in 1878, there were only 500 mares and 3 stallions left. And every mare that was registered was given a stam line. So Doutzen is from Stam 1, so the very first mare that was registered with the stud book. Hidda, I don't have any more for you, darling. So if you look back at the KFPS database on all the information about all the different bloodlines, you can date her mother line back to 1878. And she comes from a long line of very athletic, sporty horses. And when you read about that first mare that was registered, there are an awful lot of characteristics that are very similar to what Doutzen is today. Can we come round this side?
Yeah.
Annie, come over here, darling. Annie, come over here. There we go. Right. So she came over here when she was just 2 years old. That's quite rude, Hidda. Hidda, it's not all about you, darling, and there's no more food in here.
Go to the hay-hole. Go on.
Down. Doutzen had a full brother and a full sister. So her full brother was a stallion called Wouter, who I also had over here, along with her sister Berber. And Wouter, at the time, I trained him in dressage, and he did really well, and he actually qualified for the British, when I used to do dressage competing a little bit, qualified for the young horse finals, the British Dressage Young Horse Finals, as a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old. This is going really well, isn't it?
Oh, it's great.
It's fantastic. This is probably one of our...
Not in the friendship barn.
It is.
It's not.
It's so much calmer in the friendship barn, isn't it?
Hi, John T. Hi, Jamie.
Good evening, everybody. Sorry, I'm not looking at my phone now.
We have 37 people.
Do we?
Yeah.
I apologise to every single one of you for the fact that we're so unorganised for this tonight. And it's just horses everywhere, but I couldn't have it any other way. So her brother was a supremely talented dressage horse, and in my early days of, of working with the Frisians, I thought, okay, he's a really good dressage horse, I've got to treat him like a competition horse. I won't go into the full details, but we ended up losing him at the age of 8 to ruptured stomach. And I vowed when I lost him that I would never treat a horse just as a competition horse again, because he did a little bit of hacking, but he mostly just trained in dressage. I took him out and competed him, and it was a little bit of a solitary life as a stallion. So I always said with Doutzen, although she was supremely talented, she's very athletic, she could have probably gone out and been a fantastic competition horse, but that really wasn't a priority for me. My priority was to have a happy, healthy horse. And if I take you back to again, when she first came, she was just 2, and if the camera's picking her up, and it picks up the sound, you can see over here, she has a very dipped back, if you can see from Hida. You're going to come round, darling. And conformation wise, her back is her weakness. And I looked at her when she was 2, and I used to watch her in the field, and her back would wobble, and it was almost a sway back. And I thought, how am I ever going to train her? How am I ever going to be able to ride her? Because I can't see that her back will ever be strong enough. So I left her until she was 5 years old, because I'm pretty sure, is it between 5 and 6 when a horse's back will fully fuse? And I thought, I can't go putting that pressure of a rider on her back too early. Can you see her okay now? She's looking very beautiful there. Let me just check. Yes, you can see her. Yes, I know, darling. And as soon as I started working with her, she was just the most beautiful horse to work with. Even though she's got a dipped back, and her preference is to put her head and her neck up in the air and hollow her back, when I put her on the lunge, she found it very easy, unlike a lot of Friesians, to stretch down. Over here, I'll scratch you over here.
Hida.
All our horses are being very demanding today. She found it very easy to stretch down. I give up. I absolutely give up today. I am so sorry, everyone. We're just being massively unprofessional today. Right, I'm going to move you again. Right, I think in future we do everything in the friendship barn. It's a far more controlled environment.
It is. It's a lot easier.
Right, I'm going to move you back over here. Okay, right, Doutzen. There we go. Let's try that. Either that or we kick Annie out. There we go. So she found it very easy to stretch down, and I found that I could do a lot of work with her on the lunge, and I ended up building up her muscles well enough that I could back her. She was really straightforward, really easy, and I got her to the point where I thought, okay, well, you're probably in a good enough position that I can take you to one of the gradings, which I did do in, I think it was 2014, so she was 5 years old, and she literally very lightly backed, took her to the gradings, and she got into the stud book with a 3rd Premi. Now, given that her brother Wouter got the star title and her full sister Berber, we got the crown title, which is one title below model. Given her weakness in her conformation and her back, I was actually delighted that they allowed her into the stud book and they gave her a 3rd Premi. So I did a bit more work with her, and then the following year took her back again to be inspected and actually entered her in the EBOP. Now, you may remember that I've spoken about the EBOP before, and it's a test that the stud book offer, where it's a dressage or a driving test, and it's not about how well your horse is trained, it's about what the horse's potential is, so that they can look at that horse moving under saddle and see whether they have a potential as a sports horse. Now, Doutzen did the EBOP test. Am I boring you, darling? And bearing in mind, I really wasn't a very good rider at the time, and she's not an easy horse to ride because she's got so much floaty movement. She actually went, she got 79 points, which at the time was the highest score that a Friesian had got in an EBOP test in this country. Annie got 77, she got 79, and had she had a professional rider on her at the time, she probably would have got well into the 80s. Now, because of this, and because the inspectors could see how athletic she was and what the potential was there, she upgraded to second Premier Star. Now, I'm sorry, did I stop scratching you? She would never have upgraded to a first Premier because she doesn't have the strong racial type, as in you look at her, thank you Dalson, and she's very, very beautiful, but she doesn't have, if you look at Annie stands solid and square. She's got a good strong straight back, and she's got that presence. Doutzen has presence, but not necessarily the same presence that you expect to see from the very top grade Friesians. But again, all of that is completely irrelevant to me because I don't really mind how she's graded. The only reason I ever had horses graded was to make sure that information about their bloodline was being added to the KFPS database, so for anybody breeding, they've got the details on the particular qualities of any of the horses. Anyway, so I did a little bit of competing with her in the early days. It's not really her thing because she's not the most confident of horses, and as I said earlier, she's not a big fan of being on her own. So she found it quite stressful going to competitions, and I wasn't particularly enjoying it. She wasn't particularly enjoying it. So I thought, well, why are we doing it? So we stopped doing it. And because my life got turned upside down in 2017, she ended up taking part in our experience days, where we used to have a number of people coming to ride, and I used to think that she was the one that would help people feel what a good dressage Friesian felt like. But what was happening was a lot of the people that were coming to ride couldn't ride her in a way to keep her back nice and strong. And as I said before, you know, she's not easy to ride because you've got this whole big frame, really big floaty movement that if you don't contain it, she just lifts her head up in the air, as you've probably seen in a number of videos of her, hollows her back. And what happened in those 2 years that she was taking part in the experience days is that her movement got more floaty and her back got weaker and weaker, and our physio was coming along and saying, oh, this back's not good. And I just thought, I have to stop this. I can't let lots of people ride her. So I think in 2019, I just said, no, nobody else rides her. She's got to have that consistency in her training. And so I went back to just working with her myself. So ever since then, you know, I've trained her myself. It's only me that works with her. Occasionally somebody might hack her out, because she, you know, she's dead sweet and she's lovely. You can trust her completely. But there is another reason why I keep her working, and it's not just because her back gets very weak. It's also going back to her brother Wouter. So again, if I take you back to that, Wouter, as I said earlier, I lost him to ruptured stomach at the age of 8. And what had happened was 2 weeks before I lost him, he got a touch of colic, and the vets came out, they gave him some Buscopan. He seemed fine the next day, so thought nothing more of it. But within 2 weeks, his stomach had ruptured and we lost him on the operating table down at Liverpool Veterinary Hospital. What happened a couple of years later was Doutzen got a touch of colic, and I immediately took her up, we scoped her, and we found that she had a small impaction in her stomach. And as many of you know, a lot of Friesians suffer with gastroparesis or delayed emptying of the stomach. Now, she doesn't necessarily have that, but she is prone to gastric issues. So it's really important that everything is going through her system on a regular basis. Now, I know with her that if I put her in a slightly stressful environment, as in if she thinks I'm going to ride her, that sounds really bad, doesn't it?
Or just move the lorry.
Yep, just move the lorry. Then she does lots of poos. Should we move you around so you can see her? There we go. Hold on. There we go. You can see her chewing on Annie there. So there's probably no research done on this, but I know that by putting her in that environment, I can make sure that she's pooing on a regular basis. So even if we put her at the tie-up point, get the tack out or move the lorry like Frey said, she'll do a poo. I take her to Mel's, and it's been a running joke for years that you know, she goes in the arena, she'll pee in there, she'll poo 3 or 4 times, and Mel spends most of her time cleaning up after her rather than, you know, training with me. No, I'm joking, she obviously does train with me, but I do that because at least that way I know her system's working. So the vets might not think that that's a particularly important way of dealing with it, but I've found over the years that that works. Annie, come out the way, my darling. Anyway, I've been talking non-stop. Let me have a quick look. Oh, I'm glad you find it hilarious, Lindsay. I don't, honestly. I do have to keep apologising. It's the story of my life. I do it all the time.
Oh, Annie.
Oh, Annie, are you pulling faces? Are you being grumpy? Just because I'm not scratching you, honestly. Oh, hi, Diane. Well, you know, we should be doing them at 6 o'clock, and that probably would have suited us better to do it at 6 o'clock today. Because what have we been doing today?
I don't really know. Chris turned up for them.
Yeah, we had Chris here. We did the live this morning. We've had Quattro here.
Oh yeah,
putting the rest of the dog bone pavers down.
Yeah.
We were scattering all the grass seed in the Hoytzer and Jubba's garden. You've been prepping stable stays for visitors. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Oh, we've had the plumber here as well, Michael here. So yeah, that's the reason why my brain's all over the place. Anyway, going back to Doutzen. So every now and again, she still gets a little bit uncomfortable in her stomach. We keep her on a special feed. So she's on, it's a Thunderbrooks feed, and it's called Ulcer-X, because when she was scoped all those years ago, she was found to have low-grade ulcers. So she was treated for those. She has her Ulcer-X feed, which is nice for her stomach, and it helps eliminate the risk of those. But we also have her on the same supplement that we have ice on, which we put ice on when he had his ulcers. Hestivard.
Somebody ordered it.
That's really bad. Advanced Pegasus. Pectigus Advanced, the Hestivard Pectigus Advanced. So we have her and Iceman on that to help prevent them getting ulcers. With both of them, we have no idea what causes them, because, you know, they don't have a stressful life, they don't have a lot of changes, but it's obviously something that they're both slightly prone to. So we do manage their diets slightly differently. What I've found with Doutzen is each spring she tends to drop quite a bit of weight. Not quite sure why, whether just the whole change of coat takes a lot out of her, I don't know. So at the moment she's also on micronized linseed to help her keep condition on. But, you know, she looks slender, but she's also a lot fitter than some of the other horses. So, you know, a lot of the others are, I'm going to fat shame Annie, on the tubby side. On the tubby side, like Annie.
Well, that's a nicer way to I don't
Yeah.
say it.
It's my way of fat shaming her. And you know, they probably shouldn't. So actually Doutzen is probably the ideal weight, as is skinny Innie. But we call her skinny Innie because she's slender compared to all the others.
Yeah, in comparison.
Yeah. Are we fat and happy? You don't look very happy tonight, do you? You look quite grumpy.
Well, she says, firstly, I'm contained.
She is contained.
You're not giving me your full attention,
No.
which you should be.
Yeah. As soon as I start talking to anybody else or filming, you get grumpy,
Yeah,
don't
well, she says you're not allowed to do that.
This is supposed to be about Doutzen.
Well, she says, no, it's not. It's all about me. You're my personal scratcher.
I am. You do need your own personal scratcher. I'm sorry, Dow. Right, can I give Dow a bit of attention? Anyway, where did I get up to with Dow?
I don't know.
So yeah, she just lives her life, really. I keep her training. She's beautiful, she's elegant, in lots of ways. I would have loved to have had a foal from her. Really? Really?
You stop scratching.
That was quite rude, wasn't it? You're becoming a grumpy old woman, aren't you? Eh? Do you want to go in free rein? Yeah? Do you want to go in free rein with Hidda? Come on, let's see if you want a free rein. Annie, come here. Come here.
Dad says I'll come.
Come on. Annie, you going to free rein? You're not going to?
She says, no, I want scratches.
Right, I'm going to talk to Doutzen then.
You're thinking.
Anyway.
She's thinking.
Anyway, Dow's losing lots of hair there. Are there any questions that anybody wants to ask about Dow? Because I realise this isn't one of my best history videos. What's that, Jamie? Annie's hilarious. Every time Tracy says Dow's name, Queen shoots Tracy an incredulous look. Yeah. And you know, you've got to bear in mind that poor Annie has been contained for a couple of days while the concrete pad was setting. So she hasn't been very happy about that. Dow, do you want to sneak in here and come and get on camera? Come on, Dow. Come on, because it is about you.
Should be able to see her.
There we go. There we go. So let's see. It is a competition between the divas. Although Dow just tends to step back, don't you?
Yeah.
What else about Dow? Of course, if you saw the vlog last week, the week before, you know that she loves the boys.
Yeah.
You know, she flutters those eyelashes because she's got the most beautiful, really expressive eyes. And I always think of her as a bit of, and some of you who are more my generation will remember, a Jessica Rabbit. She's a very voluptuous, you know, man magnet, really. She just loves the boys, whereas Annie really isn't interested in the boys. Right, I am going to evict you. I'm going to evict you.
She says, no, you're not allowed to do that.
Right, Annie, you're going out. Annie. I'm finding it very difficult to be nice and relaxed and calm about this, with you being such a diva. So you can view from the other side of the fence. Come on, my darling. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going out as well. No, I'm just evicting your wifey for now. I'm just evicting your wifey. Down. As you see, immediately Dow says, "Oh, you've left me on my own." But you know, this is who she is. This is her temperament. But you know, she can see everybody, but she's just not happy that they're free rein now, and she isn't. You can free rein later, but you can see her better now. Doesn't she look beautiful?
I think Dow's a Jersey cow.
Oh, she is like a Jersey cow. If you think
eyes, then just I think she'd be a Jersey cow. She'd have the really long, nice eyelashes.
she would, wouldn't she? And also, she's got that that browny colour to her.
And you know, cows are quite happy just mooching around.
Come here, darling.
I'm sure there'll be a boss with cows, but yeah.
See, you get a bit of attention now. Annie's just gone to the hay hole.
Yeah, that's what she wants food.
Yeah. So let me just stand with her quietly for a minute. Here we go. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Good. But Dal also, you know, she is a little bit of a brown Frisian. So even though she's from one of the oldest bloodlines, she's quite brown in her coat. Whereas Wouter was very black. Berber was quite brown. And she gets those beautiful dapples on her coat. Inaka, Doutzen a cow, oh my. Oh John, you remember, yeah, Roger Rabbit, and yeah, I'm showing my age. Anyway, that's pretty much it about Doutzen. There's not really a lot more that I can tell you about her. She's the most beautiful, elegant horse to ride. I always said about her, it's like being in a car with the most amazing suspension, because when she gallops and when she canters, it just feels like you're floating. She just floats on the ground. The trot is incredibly difficult to ride. It's incredibly bouncy unless you contain it. But the canter is out of this world, and it's probably the best Frisian canter that I've ever ridden in any of them. So yeah, she's beautiful, and yeah, she probably would have gone out and done well in competition, but she doesn't care, do you, Dow? And nor do I. No. Hello, my gorgeous. Hello, my gorgeous. Anyway, shall we find out who the lucky winner is of the raffle for her birthday?
Dal, you rubbed a bit out your mane.
Oh yeah, she's never had a very good mane. No. And many times I've thought, should I just hog it?
Well, you say that each year.
I say it each year, but I never do it because it would be criminal. Come here, darling.
You have, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
I actually rode her bareback up the road today. And that's the thing. I trust her so much that I don't need a bridle or even like proper reins on her. I can get on her. I literally had the head collar and the rope, and we just rode up the road, didn't we? Leading Niki Noodles, and I just trust her. She is lovely. Right, let's find out who the winner is of that beautiful hat that Nancy knitted in her Dijon colours. We had a superb entry for this, so thank you to everybody who's entered. I can pass you your laptop.
Oh, we have 54 people.
Wonderful. Well, welcome to every one of you who've joined us tonight. I am going to apologise once again for being very badly organised. And, you know, if you like what you see, or you want to see more of what we do with the horses and everything that's going on at the farm, you know, if you've not subscribed to the channel and you'd like to see more, it would be really great if you wanted to hit that subscribe button. If not, a like, or just tell all your friends, anybody who loves animals and has the same way of thinking about animals and horses as we do. Oh, look, Dow's posing perfectly now. Then we'd love to have you as part of our community. It's a really lovely, friendly group of people who all just believe that animals have the right to be treated better than they are in some places around the world. What's that, Inika? Betty, oh, Betty Boop. Yes, I remember Betty Boop. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Right, okay. So, Freddie has on her laptop the spreadsheet of everybody who's entered the raffle, and I will get up on my computer, which I wasn't organised to do beforehand. organisation. That's a word that I've forgotten how to use. I am putting on my computer a program called random.org, and on this I'm going to show you. Random.org, we have a random number generator, don't know whether you can see that, and we put in the number of entries. So it's usually from number 2, because
it's 3 today.
Oh, it's 3
It's
on the
3
spreadsheet.
today.
To what number?
Scroll. 80.
80.
Yep.
Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the generate button, and that will generate a number, and then whoever's name is on the line on that spreadsheet, they will be the lucky winner. Do you want to press the button, darling? Do you want to press it with your nose? Down. Look at all that hair. Does anyone want some Doutzen hair? There's lots of it. Right, are we ready to generate? Okay. 3, 2, 1. There we got number 73. So over to Frey.
73. Jane H.
Jane H. Well, congratulations to Jane H. Is it the Jane H that I think it might be?
Yeah, it will be.
Yep, I think that, yep, there's probably only one Jane H I can think of.
Yeah.
So huge congratulations to Jane, and that will be winging its way down to you. What are we today? Wednesday. On Saturday, probably. Yeah, so I'm sure you'll have it the early part of next week. So again, thank you to everybody who entered that. And of course, thanks to Nancy for knitting them. They are such beautiful hats, and I feel bad that I'm not wearing mine this evening, but it's turned quite chilly, and this one was the first one that I grabbed, so apologies, because I've got the very beautiful, I'm very lucky, I've got the Hidda hat in his beige colours. Frey's got the Uber one, the weirdo one, and of course we've got the teddy bear one that is going to be one of the runners-up prizes in his quilt raffle that is still running and will be running till the 9th of July. So if you've not got your tickets for that one already, then do head over to the website. And of course, we always like to launch another raffle. When one closes, we launch another one. And Diane, our quilting queen, has made those fabulous quilts for all of the horses in all of their colours. And one that she didn't get last year, because she did so many others, was Iceman. So Iceman is the next birthday that we're celebrating. So Frey has got live up on the website Iceman's quilt, which will be the next raffle that we're running. His birthday is next Wednesday when he turns 10. Is it 10 or 11?
I got no idea.
Anyway, it's his birthday next Wednesday, and we like to run the raffles for a couple of weeks, so we're going to have that running for 2 weeks. So although we're going to do the live about Iceman's history next Wednesday, we won't draw that raffle until the following Wednesday. And I've not actually checked with Jodie, but I'm hoping that Jodie will be around to give us a bit more information about Ice, because obviously she works with him all the time. She has done since he arrived at the sanctuary several years ago. So I can tell you about his history and him getting here, but she knows him inside out. So I'm hoping that she'll be able to join us on that, or at least give us a few snippets that we can share with you. If not, I'm sure she'll do a bit of a video with him, just to tell you more about all his individual characteristics. Now, I do have another announcement, as I mentioned in one of the videos that I shared at some point this week or last week. Now, some of you will already know about this, and if you are one of our fantastic patrons, and we love our whole community, but our patrons are really, really special to us, because by your support through your monthly donations to the horses and what we do, that enables us to make sure that we can plan ahead and keep everything going, pay the day-to-day bills of the running costs of keeping them cared for. So everybody who's a patron will know about this already, and we invited our patrons last week to purchase tickets for a couple of days that we're offering in May, which are called our Frisian Friendship Days. Now, as you know, we've run open days for the last couple of years, which have been fabulous. And we've opened them up to everybody, and we've made quite a big thing of it. We've had a PA system, we've had music playing, we've done various things with the horses in the arena. But because we've got so much going on this year, and it does take an awful lot of planning for the open days, we wanted to make them a bit more low-key. You know, we don't want the PA system, we want to be able to live stream it to all of you all around the world. And we just want to have several days where we can say to up to 20 people a day, just come and join us here on the yard. Just come, mooch around, sit near one of the turnouts in the friendship barn, even, you know, inside the barn, visit Bessie's barn, come and see the Hoytzer and Jubba's house and garden, and just come and spend the day with us and cuddle horses and interact with them, and, you know, watch what we do with them, maybe walk up and down to the field, see them out in the field. So it's going to be 2 very low-key days, where a lot of our volunteers, pretty much everyone, has said that they're going to be able to come and spend the day here as well. So it's really just, you can come along and just be part of the family for the day. So as from this evening, that is opened up to everybody. So I know a lot of you are overseas and it's not an option for you to be able to come along, but on the 10th of May and the 31st of May, and they're both Saturdays, we are opening up the yard for 20 people on each day to just come along and spend the day with us and the horses. And it will make these guys really happy, because the more they have people to chat to them and talk to them and give them scratches and loving, the happier they are. And we just love having everybody around. But as I say, we will live stream as well. We're going to try and have it live streaming from 2 different locations. And again, you know, we can answer any questions that come through on the day. So that is now live on the website. So you can go on there and buy your tickets and just come and join us in May, which I always think is one of the best months here. And we'll see how they go, and hopefully we'll offer some other days throughout the year, where a lot more of you can come along and just come and spend time with them. Dale's settled a little bit now. Oh, there we go, we got some licking and chewing. So what we'll do on those days is we'll have the majority of them up here in the turnouts. We maybe won't let Annie free rein that day. We might have to contain her, otherwise she will just go up to everybody and demand scratches.
Yeah, she'll just go from one person to another.
Yeah, she will do.
Or she'll pick someone and then just follow
stick
them.
Yeah, she will. Right, Dale. It's your birthday on Saturday. Hey, it's your birthday. What do you want to do on your birthday? What's happening on Saturday?
I don't think anything.
Have we got decent weather? Because depending on, don't hold me to this, but maybe I'll try and do a live hack on Saturday with her.
We have a stable.
Oh, we've got stable stays, yeah. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the day goes, but if it's good weather and there's a bit of a gap in the day, then maybe we'll try and take you out for a bit of a live hack with Dow. Would you like that, Dow? Yeah? Isn't she beautiful? I want to see a close-up of her eyes. No, she's going to disappear now. Those gorgeous Doutzen eyes. At least your nose is a little bit cleaner now, isn't it? Is he a little bit cleaner? She's so pretty. So, Frey, what have I forgotten? I always have to rely on Frey to tell me what I've forgotten.
I think you've covered everything. Well, you've covered everything from the bit.
Have I? Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
good. Oh, can we breathe now? Are we near the end of the day?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping that Frey's got lots of video from today because I kind of lost track of everything that was going on.
What I filmed.
No,
You
no.
know, I have bits of Anne.
Oh yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
You cannot
And-
trust Anne to film on your phone.
Oh really? Yeah, so Anne was here today and she's got all sorts of plans for dancing with all sorts of different special guests.
She's been chatting.
Oh, has she?
She's been doing some convincing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She can't convince me to dance. I'm not going to dance.
I know, I reckon.
Yeah, I might do.
She'll keep going with it until you finally give in.
Yeah, she probably will.
Yeah, but I get a free pass.
You get a free what?
I get a free pass.
What,
free
you
pass.
don't? What, you don't have to dance?
No, I don't have to
That's
dance.
not fair. Oh,
Well-
what, is that because you're going to do the other little challenge?
Yeah, and plus I film it, so technically I'm involved in some capacity as
okay.
well.
That's fair
So
enough.
I have 2 reasons, so yeah.
That's not fair. I'm going to have to work on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we're going to call it a day for today because it's been a long one. Oh, Dow. She says, give me cuddles, Frey.
Thank you.
Dow, what do you want to do? Do you want to go back down with the girlies or do you want to free reign with everybody? In other news, the lodge apparently isn't arriving now till Sunday and being put together on Monday. We've got to be out of the house on Wednesday, so don't expect a lot from me next week. In fact, I don't even know whether I'm going to be able to do the live next Wednesday evening.
Right.
I might have to see whether Jodie can do it.
Right.
So yes, next week's going to be quite challenging. But a huge thank you to everybody who's helped out with that, especially our wonderful, wonderful anonymous donor. Yeah, what you've done is just beyond our wildest dreams. I'm going to turn the camera around now because, oh no, she's telling me not to because Tamara's here. Tamara, we've missed you today. It's been very stressful. Look, it's Tamara.
Hello everybody.
What have you got?
I was just going to say, lodge is arriving Monday.
Oh, the lodge.
Sunday
Oh, it's not arriving till Monday.
to Monday. And then put together Tuesday. Hopefully electrics and...
Darren's
Water.
coming on Tuesday.
Is he?
Yeah, he said to me today he was going to come on Tuesday.
Let's hope. I thought I'd bring this up to you.
So you give me that stressful news. Oh, Dow!
Dad.
You got
It's
a
addressed
present.
to Dale Alexander.
Look! Dalson!
What's she got?
Dalson Alexander. I think I suspect. Now, do we save it for her birthday or do we give it to her now? Come on.
Save
Every-
it for birthday.
Oh, no.
No, we have it here.
Don't throw it in the water. Doutzen, do you want to open it now? I think I know what it might be. Do you have a tent just in case? Thanks, Donna. It's just the fact that we have to just move. It's like moving house every time.
Well,
We have to move all our stuff out.
We've got 7 people to rehouse within the space of 48 hours.
Yes,
You
because
have a spreadsheet plan.
I
Because-
haven't yet.
because there's us, so there's me, Tamara and Bailey, and Mum obviously needs to move into her cottage. Debbie's moving in with her, and then we've got Jason and Fran. Jason, who some of you might have seen, I introduced you to him on the live earlier today. And is that everyone?
That's everyone. But Mum, in the cottage, all the furniture has to be moved around and made back into 2 bedrooms.
Yeah. Yeah, no wonder you went and had your hair coloured today.
Yeah, because it's
cover all
all
the
gone grey.
Everyone says now.
Now.
Yeah.
Should we see what
Now,
your birthday
Dal.
present is?
Now, Dal.
Oh, Dal!
Dal,
How
Dal.
exciting! And I know who this is from. This is from your biggest fan, Sally.
Oh.
Dal, look.
Oh, they're shiny and clean.
Look, you've got nice shiny new Dijon bandages. Dal, look at those.
Dal.
You lucky girl. You very lucky girl. Hey? And I'm sure that some of the treats that our wonderful followers have got. Oh, she's off now. She's seen something else. What's she seen?
He knows it's Dal.
So we will put, if I can do the live with her on Saturday, she will wear these. So Sally, thank you very much. Down, look at your birthday gift. Look. Do you want to say thank you to Sally? Yeah? Oh, she's a beautiful girlie. She's a beautiful girlie. Hey? Yeah? So with those and her nice Dijon mustard saddle pad, she'll look gorgeous. I was going to have my nails done yellow, but Emily, who does my nails, says it's not good to go yellow with your nails. So we didn't.
No, yellow's a weird colour on nails.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
You've got to have the right tone, skin tone.
Yeah,
to
and I haven't.
make
I'm
them
very
pop.
pale and pasty right now. Anyway, I think that was a good way to end our birthday live. Thank you, Doutzen. That's Doutzen's way of saying, okay, I'm agitated now. I want to go. I want to go somewhere. So are you going to free rein? Should we let her free rein tonight? Let's let her out. Go on then. Off you go.
Here she goes off to find her wifey.
Oh, Dale. She's not in season at the moment, but let's face it, she has escaped a couple of times.
She has actually.
So actually, I might actually take her back down to go out with the girls because I don't think we can quite trust her completely to go and find Uber. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Let me just have a quick look. You can't dangle a present and not give it. You're absolutely right, Hazel. Inika, that's fine if you laugh. You know, I think everybody should laugh at us today because this has been one of the most ridiculous lives that we've done. We did a really good live though this morning. If you haven't seen it, feeding live this morning, and I was quite surprised because we usually pick up quite a few subscribers on our live feeds. Maybe it's because we didn't go to Muck Mountain.
Yeah, maybe people don't like the long field.
Yeah, but we took you all down into the long field, which you don't generally get to go and see, and it's beautiful down there. And all the horses were looking gorgeous and having a bit of a trot around. So if you've not watched that live, do head over and take a look at it because it was rather lovely. Well, we thoroughly enjoyed doing it anyway, didn't we? It's just all gone downhill since then today.
I haven't seen any of it, sorry.
No, you won't have. No, you've been driving.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are going to say goodnight now. So thank you all for joining. You can't quite see Frey there. Can you see Frey?
I don't.
Yeah, we can
know.
just see the side of you, Frey. Her beautiful. Oh,
Oh, it's not clean anymore.
no, her beautiful
I
blue
never
jacket.
have a clean coat.
Right, and we'll bring you other videos as and when. I'm sure Frey's got another lovely Frey Day video.
Something.
Yeah, there'll be something with silly things with Anne, no doubt. Thank you very much, Lindsay. Bye to everybody, whether I can see your name or not. It's been lovely having you on here. Thank you for being so tolerant and understanding of my complete and utter dizziness, which really fits in with Doutzen, who is completely and utterly dizzy.
Well, no, that's her. Like, she knows how to play her cards.
Oh, is that what
Like,
it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, as
Yeah.
soon as anything happens, you know, who knows, she could be the secret leader, and then as soon as they get caught, she just, you know, plays her cards
Yeah.
right. And it's like,
She
wasn't
plays the-
me, I just followed.
Yeah, I'm the
just
ditzy
here
blonde.
Because
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, she'll say when she goes try and find weirdo, she go, I just got lost.
Yeah.
I went
She
the wrong
does, yeah,
way.
yeah. Oh, and there just happens to be a boy there.
It's all coincidence.
Anyway, right, we really are going now. So good night and